Hello everybody and welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome, come on in. My name is Millie and I post at least 3 times a week on a Monday, Wednesday and a Friday. What I usually do, in case you can't tell by the colourful powder that I have all over my face, I usually do makeup reviews. However, I wanted to do a roundup of like miscellaneous products that I have been loving. So all of these products are favourites that aren't necessarily makeup favourites, that are sort of summer adjacent products that I have been loving that I just want to shout about. So I would love to hear if you have any of these products, what you think of them as well, but let's just get on into it because I've got 10 products to be talking about today that I just love, all of these. Let's start with a few hair care products. So this dry shampoo has saved the day on so many occasions. This is the Umberto Giannini Next Day Perfect Invisible Dry Shampoo. So this is part of their like scalp care range. I already really love the shampoo and conditioner. I have spoke about those before. I really enjoy them. But this dry shampoo, I've always been quite picky with dry shampoos because I want something that I actually feel like I can see a difference and I actually feel like adds volume and makes my hair look cleaner, and I feel like a lot of them are sort of too lightweight to make any sort of a difference. This one, however, is lightweight in that it sprays out in a very fine mist, it dissipates beautifully, it feels very lightweight on the hair, but this really does elongate the amount of time in between hair washes. So whilst it's been very hot, I have been trying to wash my hair less just so that I don't have to do more to it, so that I don't have to be blow drying it, curling it, doing all of the things to make it presentable. I really have been trying to stretch out those hair wash days, and this is a lovely dry shampoo, like I say, that's very lightweight, very thin, but really makes your hair look cleaner. It doesn't add any volume. Like the other one that I really love is the Superdrug Volume Dry Shampoo. This is a lot more heavy duty. The Superdrug one adds like a powdery volume feeling to the hair, which I enjoy. Obviously that is like my other favourite, but this Umberto Giannini one is very different. It's very thin. It actually leaves my hair feeling cleaner, where the Superdrug one definitely is more of like a volumizing spray that I would maybe use to add volume, where this one is definitely more of a clean feeling. And I'm a very big fan of this one. Like I say, I've already really enjoyed the shampoo and the conditioner, and this one is right up there with it now. I really have been enjoying that dry shampoo. So whilst we're on the subject of hair, like I said, I've really been trying to stretch out the days between a hair wash so that I can stretch out the days between a heat application on my hair whilst it has been so hot in the UK. And this is like day 4 hair now, and it still looks so good. This beachy wave is so quick, and this is the tool that I use. It is a bit of a beast, I can't lie to you. It is heavy, it is a piece of kit. It is very heavy, but it works so well. So this is the Revamp. I don't think it's got the name of it on this. I will leave everything linked down below. If I can find this specific one, I will link this specific one, but I know Revamp have a few different ones. I love this for a few different reasons. Firstly, it's 3 barrels, so you can do your hair in so few passes and get such a large chunk of hair in each pass that it's very quick to do. Like I said, while it's been hot, I have been minimal amount of time with actual heat on my person. Just anything to cut down the amount of heat that I'm adding into my atmosphere, and this is exceptionally quick. It also has 5 different heat settings, so it goes all the way down from 120, so if you've got very fine hair, you can really whack that heat all the way down, but it goes up to 210. So if you've got thicker hair, you can really ramp up that heat and get more heat into the hair. I go like dead in the middle, 160. And like I say, this is day 4. It may even be, what day is it? Which way's up? It may even be day 5 because I have been using that dry shampoo as well. This is so quick, so easy, and I just love the curl that it gives, the wave that it gives, and it just lasts so well on my hair, even at like 160, which for a hair tool, I don't know if any of my other hair tools I use so low, but this one really works very well at that lower in air quotes lower temperature, and I just love how it looks, and it's so quick and it's so easy. I was gifted this like 4 years ago from the brand, and they didn't say that I ever had to talk about it online, but I've spoken about it loads because I just love it. And like I say, if I can find this specific one, I will leave that one linked, because the 3 barrels, I know they do 2 as well. They do one that's more like an S shape, but I really like this one with the 3 barrels. It's so quick and easy, and I just love the wave that it gives. So let's talk perfume. In the Boxing Day sales, I bought a discovery set from Marks and Spencer's, and it came with 9 different perfumes. I gave some of them away because they were scents that I wouldn't ever use, and thankfully my 2 girlfriends love very different fragrances than what I enjoy, so these 2 are the ones that I have continued using the most out of that set, and I just love these. So the Velvet Amber, this is Amber, Neroli and Jasmine. It's ever so slightly floral. It's really sweet. I love a very sweet, sugary fragrance. I always want to smell like something that you can get from a bakery. I love anything like that. It's a little bit sort of Parma Violet-y and just beautiful. Very long lasting on the skin as well. This one I have had in my handbag, so it's only a little bit down because I only use this one like if I'm going out somewhere after work and I'm like getting changed at work and I want to refresh, you know, that's where I've been using this one, but I really love it. And then the other one that I wanted to mention is Pink Pepper, which is a lot further down. This one's like halfway through. These were 30 milliliters as well, so it's like a decent sized sample, a decent size like sample size. If they do these, I would probably get Pink Pepper if they did them in like a full size, because this one is lovely. It is Pink Pepper, Jasmine and Vanilla. Again, really nice and sweet, really nice and light, very sugary, sweet, but again, like a bakery, like something you would get from a bakery. So good, so good. Really lightweight, really feminine fragrance. I love that. Out of the 2, I would probably go for Pink Pepper out of like to get a full-sized one, but honestly both of them are lovely. I don't know how much they would be a full-size one. The discovery set that I got in the Boxing Day sale, you got 9 of these, and it was originally £50. I got it at 25. So like Marks and Spencer's fragrances, they make it, if it's cheap enough, honestly I would probably get both because I very much enjoy those. Not that I need any more, I've got a whole shelf of perfume, but I really like those ones. They're the 2 that I have been reaching for the most recently. So let's talk skincare. I have got 2 products that I wanted to talk about in the skincare realm. So this is the Boots Ingredients Hypochlorous Acid. This is their Deep Moisture Spray. I did a video recently where I was talking about all of the skincare products that I love so much. I have repurchased them. This was previously packaged a slightly different way, but it is exactly the same product, exactly the same ingredients, everything is exactly the same, but now it's in a cute peachy pink bottle. So I really enjoy this as like my very first step after I have cleansed my skin. Hypochlorous acid is like antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, everything. So it really deeply cleanses your skin, gets everything, like kills anything on your skin, and it is also beautifully hydrating. I've got dry skin. Every single step I want to be adding hydration into my skin, and clearly I've got a lot of makeup on. I wear a lot of makeup. There's a lot of things that want to be living inside every single one of my pores. And this just, since I've been using this, I don't think I have had a single breakout, which is like bold claim, I know, but it really does work so incredibly well. I think we will probably see more hypochlorous acid come into the market. Like everything will have hypochlorous acid in it by this time next year. I am calling it now. It's one of those ingredients. It's like 15 years ago, you never even heard anything about, what's that hydrating one? It's just completely gone out of my head. Hyaluronic acid. You never heard anything about that. And then suddenly every foundation has that in it now. It's in absolutely everything to like hydrate your skin. I think we're going to see a lot more hypochlorous acid in things. You know, like how every foundation now has niacinamide? And my skin doesn't enjoy niacinamide, so I like have to be quite careful about it. But I think everything in the next couple of years is going to have hypochlorous acid in it because it's just such a wonder ingredient. Next up for skincare, I wanted to talk about these from Pixi. So if you saw this whole makeup look where I was doing this, which was part of my week of colour, which I think was posted last week as you're seeing this, I had these on whilst I was doing my eye makeup this morning. So these are the Pixi Detoxify Depuffing Eye Patches. I also have these ones, which are the Dreamy Eye Replenishing Patches. It's much of a muchness. They're both pretty much the same. These ones are were a gift from my mother-in-law from Christmas, and then the brand sent me these ones. So like I say, it's much of a muchness. You really only do need one, but I really like these for deeply hydrating under the eyes. If I am wearing a lot of eye makeup, like I clearly am today, I do enjoy wearing those under my eyes while I do my eye makeup to catch that fallout, but also just as like a little treat. Sometimes I use them in the morning, sometimes I use them in the evening as part of my evening skincare routine. So lovely, and like the texture of them is a lovely like thick gel, so they don't slip down your face. They're not so juicy that they slip down your face, because so many of them are like that. They're just the perfect texture where they do actually stay on under your eyes, and they're just lovely. They're the best eye patches that I've ever used. I've tried a few different ones. I haven't tried tons, but I've tried a few different ones, and basically all of the ones from Pixi are, like I say, much of a muchness. They're all pretty much exactly the same. So let's take a little segue now away from like the beauty products and into just like completely random miscellaneous other products. So let's talk about a chocolate bar, because as soon as I have finished filming this, I'm going to eat this. This is the Buttermilk Caramel Nougat Choc Bar. If you are like me and you are allergic to everything under the sun, or maybe you're just a plant-based girly, this is the best chocolate bar I have ever had. It's free from everything. It's palm oil free, it's dairy free, it's gluten free. What actually is in this? It doesn't have any allergens in it. Incredible. So it may contain a few things, but anything may contain anything. This is the best chocolate bar. It's like a Mars bar. It's caramelly. If I show you that there, mine did melt a little bit because like I say, it's been hot. But yeah, I'm definitely eating this as soon as I've finished filming. It's so good. And like all plant-based chocolate is exceptionally expensive, but this is such a treat for me, and just delicious. And I really enjoy trying to find different dairy-free, allergen-free chocolate bars. So many plant-based chocolates I can't have because they then have nuts or peanuts or hazelnuts or almonds or anything in it, and I can't have any of those things. But this is free from absolutely everything, and it's a Mars bar, and it's so good. So if you are an allergy girly, these are worth it. They do have one that is it's obviously got peanuts in it because it's like a Snickers. They've got a few different ones, but this one is so good. I will always repurchase this despite the fact that it is very, very expensive. Like I said, there's a few other chocolates that I very, very much enjoy, but this is my current hyperfixation. So let's go rogue. One thing you need to know about me is I don't sleep, or historically, I haven't been able to sleep very, very well. Let me just tell you a tale. About 12 years ago, something happened in which our parked car combusted, and there was no outside source, and it happened completely by accident, and it was a complete fluke, and there was no arson or anything. So I haven't slept. This happened in the middle of the night, so I haven't basically slept a night fully since then. Because I'm an anxious girly. So I have been really trying, I've really been trying to figure out how, and as an adult that wakes in fear at the slightest little bit of noise, who also happens to live on one of the busiest roads in the region, how is a gal to sleep? And I have come up with white noise. My husband got me this for Christmas and I didn't use it for ages because like it's not going to make a difference. This has been making a difference. So this is the snooze band. They have a few different ones. This has headphones in it. So I don't think you're actually meant to wear this over your eyes. I think you're just meant to like wear it around your head. I have been wearing this over my eyes just so that it doesn't like slip down or slip off. It's got headphones in it that are thin. They're in there. That's how thin they are. So you can lay on your side and have white noise playing directly into your ear, and then therefore you can't hear anything else that's happening around you. And when I say anything that's happening around you, I mean like a cat walking up the stairs, or the wind blowing in the garden, or a car driving past your house. That would be enough to wake me up and think that there was somebody in my house and I was getting broken into, and then I would be filled with so much anxiety that I wouldn't sleep. Genuinely. Like, my Fitbit tells me like if I sleep 5 hours, I've had a good night. Like, I don't sleep. I run on caffeine and high hopes, and that is about it for the last 12 years. But this really has been helping me, the snooze band, because it just blocks everything out. It has been a little bit of trial and error because I've been trying to find a noise that doesn't sound like a crackling fire. Because funnily enough, that's where this whole trauma started, and that didn't help me. Trying to find a noise, like a lot of white noise sounds like a crackling fire. And that hasn't been what has been helping me. But actually last night I listened to pink noise. Did you know that you can get noise at different colours? There's like pink noise and brown noise and white noise and grey noise. Last night I tried pink noise and I think I like it. I quite like the one that I was listening to last night with my little snooze band on. And they do have ones that are more like blackout, so the light doesn't get in as well. Light isn't a problem for me, it's the sound. And this has made such a huge difference. I've been sleeping, so if you notice my energy levels going up, it's because I'm sleeping more than 3.5 hours a night. I have been a mess for so long, honestly, but pink noise, I was about to say white noise, has been making a big difference. The white noise sounds like fire to me, but pink noise has been lovely. So I've got 2 books that I want to talk about, and then I've got a little bit of a clothing item. So Harriet Tice, A Lesson in Cruelty. I read this in like 2 days. This was so twisty, turny. I didn't understand where the story was taking me for the longest time until I got to like the last like 50 pages. I was like, how is this all gonna get wrapped up? But it did. No spoilers for any of it. Harriet Tice is the Harriet from Traitors. That's her. And she wrote blood orange, which I didn't enjoy blood orange. It was, I can't really remember, it's been a number of years since I read that, but I remember not really enjoying it. This was so good. Like I say, I read this in like 2 days, and I'm really not the kind of gal that sits down and reads a whole book very quickly. Like the book that I'm on at the minute, I've been reading for like nearly 2 weeks, and I'm about halfway through it because I just read before bed until I'm too sleepy to keep my eyes open. I don't really have the time to like block out time to read in my schedule, but this one, I was getting home from work and just getting straight into my pajamas, getting into bed and reading this, like I said, for 2 nights, and then it was done. It was incredible. Also, similar in that I read it very quickly, but completely different story, completely different genre. This is Caro Claire Burke, Yesteryear. This has only just launched. I feel like a lot of people are talking about it, especially sort of in this space. So this is basically about a woman called Natalie, sometimes they call her Natty, sometimes they call her Natalie, and she is an influencer, and she is selling this completely fake life that she's got these children that are always perfectly prim and proper, and she's got this beautiful life, and then it goes back in time and she's in like the 1800s, and she thinks that she's having this psychosis where she has had this, like, she remembers her previous life and she wants to go back to that, but everybody around her is like, it's the 1800s, we're living by candlelight. And you properly, like, by the end of it, I was like, well, not by the end, by nearly the end, you properly hate her. You want the worst to happen to her because she is just awful. She's an awful mother. She's an awful woman. You just really hate her. And then, I don't want to give any spoilers, but again, another one that I read very quickly. Really enjoyed it. I need to, mental note to self, I need to update my Instagram like highlights with all the books that I've been reading, but these two definitely have been the top tier 2 books that I highly recommend. Obviously both of these, like, I was thinking I should probably recommend not hardbacks so like if people are traveling, you know, it's summer, but both of those are fantastic. And then lastly, the one thing that if I could only have one product here, this is the one that I would pick. It's my Chub Rub shorts. So these are from Snag. These are the Snag Chub Rub shorts. They have these ones that are like lacy around the bottom. I feel like this is wrong showing you these on the internet, but like, we're all friends here. These ones are lacy around the bottoms, but I do have ones that are just like the plain around the bottom. These are the thinnest fabric. They're like tights. Like if I hold this up, they're like tights. So they're so thin. I think they've got some sort of technology in them where they keep your skin cooler, but honestly I just love these for the chub rub of it all. To keep my thighs not starting wildfires in the moors, you know, because wowzers trousers, it has been hot, it has been a struggle. I have one pair of jeans, but like I don't wear trousers. I am always wearing floaty summer dresses. All of the time. I wear dresses for work. I am always wearing dresses. So having something like this that I can put on underneath my dresses to stop friction, these are the best Chub Rub shorts that I have ever worn. And they have so many different colours. They've got like lime green, and they've got pink, they've got blue. They have every single colour. Obviously these are just like the nudie ones that are lacy around the bottoms, but honestly the plain ones that are just like not lacy. I thought that these would be better because I thought that these would be longer, but they're not. They're not necessarily any longer because of the lace on them. I just really, really don't need my thighs being so, you know, that's one way of describing it. You know, if you are a person with thighs, I sympathise. Okay, because it is such a struggle trying to be cute in summer whilst not wearing trousers. If you want to wear trousers, but I don't like wearing trousers. I want to be wearing lovely summer dresses, and these are the best Chub Rub shorts. I think these ones that were lacy were like £14, and there's always some sort of offer on. The plain ones I think were about 10, so I don't necessarily feel like these ones are any better or any worse for having the lace on them. It's just a nice option, nice different option. So that is everything. The summer favourites for 2026. All of these have helped me through heatwave 1 and heatwave 2. Let's just wait for 3, 4, 5 and 6, because climate change is a real thing. Okay, so that is everything. They are all of my favourites. Like I say, I'll leave everything linked down below. And I would love to hear what you have been loving so far this summer. Not makeup related. What have you been loving this summer? I want to hear about it down below. I want to know what you've been reading. I want to know what skincare you've been using. I want to know it all down below. Just your miscellaneous favourites that you feel like you can't ever just slip into conversation, but you want to rave about because you love them so much. I want to hear about them. Sound off in the comment section down below. I want to hear what your favourites are. Completely random favourites. Doesn't have to have any sort of rhyme or reason to it. I want to hear about it down below. But until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. Bye bye.